The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the K-Ghost Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants, and they are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcast, management, or advertisers of the network. The show is found under LJA Broadcasting Network. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LJA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last.
Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, The Glenn Larry Show. From deep in the desert of Nevada, broadcasting to the world, it's The Glenn Larry Show. Broadcasting to the world.
And that we are, everybody. I do bid you all welcome. Whatever time zone you might be in, or whatever station you're listening to us on, may it be a small station or a low-powered station, our Part 15 station. All over the world, we're sending out our show out to you tonight. Of course, our affiliates, we do thank you so very much. Everybody out there, little AMs and FMs, and the big FMs and AMs too. I'll tell you, thank you so very much. Facebook friends, and to my subscribers on YouTube, would like and subscribe to us. Please keep those numbers up for us. Yes. All the broadcasters listening, all the truck drivers late at night to K6RCL and Galita. Ham operators out there, 73s to you, and to the sidebanders. World Radio on 4499, reaching out to all you guys out there. I'll tell you, DX has been unbelievable since these sun flares have come up. I have been reaching stations all over the world, all over the United States, and they're coming in like they're right in my driveway. Imagine that. Radio can work that way. The radio waves, AM, FM, and also, of course, sideband 27, 385. Unbelievable. On the sideband, we had the space shuttle that was talking. Yeah, the space, not shuttle, space station. And they were chatting away, and I got to get in on that. It was kind of a lot of fun. They're usually on a bigger band, 440, and some other bands of the ham band, but this guy came down to the lower sideband to 27, 385, and that was such megahertz. That was so much fun to listen and talk to those guys. And boy, did it get busy. I mean, I'm hearing all those folks come in from all over the country trying to talk to the space station. Oh, yeah. How much fun. Yeah, radio is fun. You get a chance. Look up ham radio. You may just want to start with CB sideband. That's fine. Get yourself a nice little rig, a good antenna, good grounded antenna, and look into it, because a lot of people are going into that now because of who knows what could happen, a disaster. Cell phones won't work, landlines won't work, but your radio will work. And you can talk all over the world with 12-volt battery, hook it up, boom, nice antenna, even a simple antenna you can get out all over. So that might be another thing you might want to get into, especially if you have nothing to do. Yeah. We also want you to volunteer your local fire departments and your town events, and get involved with your community. That's very important. Everybody needs help. You may need help yourself. And we all have to pull together on that one. I'll tell you for sure. Want to say hello to Ken and Dee in Florida over there, and Neil and Barbara in London, and Randy in PA, of course, Jonathan in Texas, Chief Hall. Yeah. What a great guy. Station Evandale, Station 23. We thank all the EMS and firefighters down there for doing a great job. And I want to say hello to Karen. Oh, my goodness. I'll be out there. I try to really kind of push her because she's a great gal, and I love her food. I'll tell you, for a Creekside Diner, and that's in Baltimore Pike in Pennsylvania, and a place you're going to stop by and see her in Kennett Square. and a lot of activity down there. But I'll tell you, just in that little area. But it's where she's at's a great area. I guess they had some fires and some problems over there the other day, fatality, which is just sad. A lot of people in traffic these days not watching what they're doing, and it's all over. Come on, be alert, look where you're at, watch for the other guy, because you never know what they're thinking. Watch out for motorcycles. You know, you might look at them and look away and you didn't register, but there's a bike there. You know, look out for your motorcycle guys out there, because I'll tell you, they're easy to miss. I've done it myself. No, I got their ease right there. Drive things right in my blinds. Yeah, look out for everything. Be aware when you drive. Keep off the cell phones. Try to clear your mind. You're driving to and from where you're going to be going. If you're stressed out, get unstressed, then drive. A lot of things happen when you drive. So do that for me, for K-Ghost Radio, because we want you around so you can hear more of our shows, of course. Yeah. Many thanks go out to a lot of people. I want to thank the Pioneer Saloon in Good Springs, Nevada. They've been around since 1913, you know. And I do go down there, have a couple of whispers, little drinky poos. And I know the place is haunted. There's ghosts there, and there's spirits in that drink, too. I know that for sure. Yeah, I really do. Of course, they're having bands on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, have karaoke on Friday nights. A lot of fun. You got to meet Old Man Liver down there. I mean, this guy's... Yeah, old man liver whiskey. He has his own whiskey out too. It's not too bad. I've had a few, yeah, and maybe a couple with him too. But fun guy. The whole family's fun, and the crew down there that they got. Love you all. Thank you for being a friend, and it's so nice to come down there and be welcomed all the time. And the visitors that came in there, that's where I meet a lot of people. Have my cards out, you know, and they tune in and they write us and let us know. And by the way, if you want to write me, if you want to get a hold of us, it's Glenn Leary. It's GLENN LARY 51, like Area 51, 51 at gmail.com, and send us a letter, send us an email. Gosh, we'd love to hear from you. And, you know, let us kind of read it in the air, maybe whatever. I sent some guys some CDs that I had, and these guys in the 50s and 60s. And I sent a whole collection to this guy, and he wrote me a beautiful letter. And he was in Germany, and he was quite thankful for that. And he's in the military, and he's doing some stuff over there. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing stuff in Germany. I thought they pulled out. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Bases everywhere that you don't even know about. Isn't that incredible? Lots happen. Boy, in the news, Iran, president, boom, helicopter goes down. What happened? Boom. Some people are happy. Some people are sad. Me, well, evil goes, and evil is. And, oh, well, I don't know. We're going to have open lines tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Brazil is having a lot of UFO sightings. Brazil. I don't know what that's all about. Was that just kind of a real big hot spot over there? UK is boosting up with more UFO sightings. Their numbers are up. I know that their government in Brazil really are concentrating on what to do, how to communicate, what deals have been made, and they're really looking into a lot of stuff. And they got a lot of people in the U.S. concerned. Those three lettered outfits are kind of like, don't say that. Yeah, well, that's being said, I think so. It's what it is. And on the radio side, looks like we got Tacoma, Washington again. Elko up there. I know Tim's watching, listening. Memphis, Tennessee. Reno, Nevada. Murray, Idaho. Montana, Great Falls. Helena. Okay, I got some more Canada coming up. A little slower tonight for some reason. I guess it is because we were on last Thursday, and now we're on Tuesday again. And when I switch over next week, I'll probably be, 1st of June, I'll be on a Thursday because I'll be taking care of a friend of mine again. We're just having some problems. Keep your health, folks. As you get older, we all start hurting. Yeah, we all start going, oh my God, my back, everything else is going bad. Well, look, keep your mind. You know, I'm starting to take some vitamins that are really supposed to adjust that light there. That's better. It's supposed to help your memory, clear thoughts, so you can sleep better. Oh, I do need my sleep, I'll tell you. We're starting some new shows on the radio side, which is Captain Lucky's Radio. I can't wait for that. Captain Lucky's Radio. And you're going to love that entertainer on that side. And of course, Midnight, Deep in the Desert Radio. You're going to love that also. These are different channels that I have, different K-Ghost Radio, Country Vault Radio, and they all have their own style of music, things that are going on in a time zone for the big mothership. I'll tell you, how much fun can that be? Working on a lot of stuff. Going to do some rearranging in the station. That's going to be a lot of fun. And so we are live. We're on StreamYard, and we're also on YouTube. A lot of folks know that a couple of our Facebook pages were taken down because something was said. They didn't like it, so they just pulled the cord, and we're working on that again. But we're on Glenn Larry, and you'll get the show on that because we're broadcasting on that. Also, X. I guess that was Twitter. Yeah, we're on that also. My goodness gracious. So, we're going to talk about kids today. They're not motivated. They don't want to go anywhere. They do anything. They want to stay in their room, and they're 21 years old, and you're playing games, and you don't have a motivation to go out and get a job, contribute to the house, to the home. Whatever, I had also gotten a letter from a gentleman I just told you about earlier about the CDs that I sent him. And he's very happy about that. Again, please send us some letters, email at GlennLarry, GLENNLARY 51 at gmail.com, and you'll get that. I'm looking over here on the other side here, and let's see here. We get the internet on that one. All right, we'll hit there, and it is up and going. I can see it. Good. Always checking things. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 computers going, 7, plus the EMF inside. A lot happening in the studio. So I'm going, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Well, we're doing the best we can. So, okay. Our open lines will be at about almost coming on 7:30. We're going to talk about the ice wall. The ice wall, Antarctica. What's behind the wall? And that's become a real big thing now. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people want to go up there and do research. It's going to cost a lot of money just to get up there and do what you got to communicate with people, where you're at, with the authorities, apparently, just to even get up there and do things. Very crisscrossed and held down. State Patrol just came by and waved. What a great guy. And there's a lot going on. The Brazil thing is kind of crazy. They're really piping up the whole investigation thing of communication and who's talking to who's making what arrangements on all sorts of things. So that's something you want to look at. In our time zone right now, it is about 7:14 after the hour on the big Art Bell clock up there, as you can see. Yeah. Don't forget the Spaceman line we're going to have tonight. Kind of the oddity line. How's that? We'll call it the oddity line. That is 385-423-4333. And that's kind of a special line tonight. So if you're a space guy, you're in space, maybe you're an astronaut or whoever you may be of another, maybe you're an alien spaceman, astronaut. I don't know. It's 385-423-4333. That's the number you're going to call tonight for that. And you know the other numbers, of course. I'll have Ross tell you all that later on. So I'm excited about that. Gentleman I was talking to you about kids. He goes, man, he just says, Glenn Larry, I'll tell you, I don't know what to do. My boy is not motivated. I don't know where I'm going to be going with him. He can't stay at home all the time. Do I kick him out? And I know parents have kicked their kids out. Well, some parents have been kicked out from their kids too. Oh, God, it's terrible. Yeah. But no, we're talking about young adults that aren't motivated and don't have the get up and go. A lot of people blame that on the COVID, the quarantine deal. Is that really is that kind of they just using that, or maybe it's a psychological thing? PSD. I don't know. Maybe it's something's going on there mentally. But there's places to get help for that. There's a lot of jobs out there. A lot of people looking for jobs, but for some reason the work ethics aren't there. It's like, you need to go and get that done. And when you're done with it, hop on to something else. Keep going. Just don't stop and sit down. I'm paying you to sit around. Yeah, I'm paying you to be sitting down. We can be pick up in the broom and do something. People don't know how to work. I guess the kids weren't taught that. And I blame the parents for that. Because if you didn't teach your child well how to work and do chores around the house, how are they going to learn that outside when they're all alone, they're on their own? And, now they're young adults. They've been playing games in the basement or in their room and finished high school, maybe college, or maybe they don't want to go to college, or maybe they can't afford to go to college, but they need to get a job. And unless you're very wealthy, you're going to be taking care of that child the rest of your life. And where will the child be when you die? Still in that room as they take the house away, and he's just holding his game in the street with his sleeping bag and his gaming stuff, and has nowhere to go. He's got no job. What's going to happen to him? So the concern is, what do you do with the kids? If you have some answers tonight, I want you to give me a call. We'll talk about that little issue. Yeah, and I've got some notes here from some other folks too, but it's not easy, as I can see. Yeah, okay, I agree with you. It's not easy. It's just not easy. Oh wow, okay. Thank you. Appreciate you writing there for us. Yeah. Healthcare for some of these folks, that's available. There's job fairs all the time. Get them out there. Go, if you have to go with them, put down their best qualities. If it's their first job, find a place that's easier for them to get a job, to progress, to get better in their life. And that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Now, if they want to be in radio, there's all sorts of opportunity there. Yeah, you might not start off as a board person, but there's a lot of things you can do around radio stations, like radio sales. And again, if you can't sell yourself, maybe you can't sell the radio. I don't know. It's a hard deal. There goes right early. The Highway Patrol, great guys. Yeah, but where we're at now, YouTube, and like I say, this is a great outlet for me to be able to talk to you. Now, we have on our other stations, K-Ghost Radio, OlympiaRadio.com, Country Volt Radio. I was telling you earlier that we're going to be having a lot of new programming going on there. We had a thing with Shoutcast that their server went down, and the gentleman is fixing that, gave us a new port. Now we have to have our how you say, the button you push to listen to the radio on the websites. That's got to be all the back end of the old coding has to be done. So I've been desperately looking for a gentleman or some person that can do the coding and do the this other I guess it's a streaming device. It's called Conovacast. Yeah, Conovacast. Centovacast. Yeah, and that's another process too. Everything in radio or television, it can be easy for those that know. And when you have good Wi-Fi, I'm just hoping we're not chattering there's anything problems going on with our signal, because we're in a rural area and my neighbor's tree just grew big, and now we're kind of hard to get to their hub, but we're getting through to you. Good for you guys. Well, tonight, UFOs again, and again and again, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and they're getting more known as I speak to you. You're reading more about it. It's now been accepted like you will not believe. Yeah, I saw one. Yeah, what's this one? Well, of course, now everybody's talking about it. And I mean, they're arriving. We talked about last week about the vortexes. They're coming through vortexes and all sorts of things. I wonder what's going to happen in about, maybe a year and a half to maybe 2 years. How much is going to come out? Will it peak to the top that all of a sudden, yep, they're here. This is reality. Now accept it. And that I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to find out. I'm looking at a lot of my notes here. Okay, Brian out of Seattle. Yeah, he saw one just the other night. And it was a disc. Looks like a disc. Okay, nice. If you want to report a UFO to me, fine. I'd like to have you go to MUFON and report it. There's another one. There's, of course, the National UFO Center now, and you can report that information to them also. Don't be afraid to do that, because they need that information. We may not know what's going on, but somebody else does in space. I really believe that. We've had also some Bigfoot reports up in Oregon, and we're going to be talking about that here next week. I've gotten a hold of Earl Gray, a friend of mine, and we're going to have him on again in July, by the way. We're trying to get as many as we can to get people that have written books and that are experts in these fields to be on the station. They are highly booked up. Yep. So if I can get them, I shall get them. And we do thank them. If you have any ideas for folks to be on our station, on a show, to talk about some really good stuff, I'm talking good stuff, not boring. Don't like dead air or so much humdrum. We want to talk to a person who's going to have full energy, tell a story. Let's talk about it. Let's get some callers. Let them talk to them. That's what radio's all about. That's what the Glenn Larry Show, K-Ghost, is all about. That's why we have the other stations to do the music, the entertainment part of me, and some other parts that I do of my personality that some of you folks don't know about. It's been a lot of fun and entertainment, I'll tell you. Yeah, it has been. We're going to be back right after this. Stand by.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job and I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Violence, theft, drugs, graffiti. It's all part of joining a gang. In times like these, we need to protect our children and our community from gangs. Gangs often prey on unsupervised teens with low self-esteem, who perform poorly in school, who seek a sense of belonging, or are simply bored. Joining a gang often involves violent hazing rituals. Once in a gang, members can become alienated from their families, school, and friends. Drugs, guns, and malicious activity are common elements in gangs. Trying to leave a gang can be a difficult and dangerous process. The best way to get out of a gang is never to join one. Protect kids from being recruited by a gang. Know who they're hanging out with. Involve kids in after-school activities and provide positive role models. Help reduce gang activities in your community by working with local law enforcement and school systems. Don't let a kid you know get involved with gangs. Visit ncpc.org to learn more or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
And we are back. I have to give my sponsors and folks out there that on other stations that are having their sponsors do their things. It's kind of, for commercial use. Gonna give them a break, get them in there. I was a little late on that last one, but they knew I got some emails. Okay, well, I did what they told me to do. That is radio. I'll tell you for sure. They let you know. Trust me. Unless I'm running my own, seat of my own pants on my own station or whatever. We're looking at that right now in Las Vegas for a FM station to carry the show. And I may have to put some money out for just, it'll be maybe a half-hour show, special show for Las Vegas. Or we just might run this show, an hour show, see how it goes. I've spent this year, actually, it's come out to $6,000 a year in radio. Yeah, that is a lot of money. And I don't make a lot of money. And we did best we can. But we do thank you guys for everything you've done for us. And that, for your donations. We're very appreciative for that. And things have gone up everywhere. I tell you, bread, gasoline. And I understand that the gas is supposed to come down. Yeah. I see that Biden's going to make the gas. He's going to go into these reserves and some other things, and we're going to get some cheaper gas. We're going to get gas prices down. Okay, it is time to run for office, isn't it? Oh my goodness, we'll bring it down. I don't know what that means, but well, there's a lot of promises made. Let's see if it happens and how long will it last. Why don't they just bring it down? I don't know. Yeah, we have our own reserves, as I know, and we need to tap into those. I truly believe that. And I wish that we could just be take care of America. It's just, but we have trade going on. It's just not feasible. We buy this and buy that, and deals are made. And, yeah, it's a really people, you got to understand this system, how it works. It's unbelievable. And it's quite a machine. It's a machine all over the world, how things work. So what we do in the United States does affect other countries, and other countries do affect the United States. And a lot of stuff that we read and hear isn't the same. It's not the full story. There's something, really? Is this going to happen? I have a dear friend, and he's always, makes me think about things when I say them. Really, do you think it's that bad? I mean, things could be better. Yeah, but really, yeah, the real thing. Think about it. It's a critical thinking, I think it's what it's called. Think about things before you say it, or think about it when you say it. And, get another opinion, listen to some other, get some information, understand what's going on. A lot of times I don't understand what's going on. I ask other people. I'll ask my callers, what do you think about that? We're going to open lines up. Yes, we are. And I think it's about time to do that. So I'm going to put up on the page here the number for you guys to call. And it will be very simple for all you folks. Okay, we go to the banners, and there we are. There's the number right there. All righty. And I'm going to have Ross give his number.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
I'm trying to get that number up for you guys. You just heard it again. We'll do that for you. And I'm going to get out of this. What the heck? Yeah, 1114. There it is. Okay. One time here, Ross.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
It's 1114, and I'll give you this other number out, the 385-423-4333. That's the space line. So if you're a space guy, maybe you might be an alien, and you want to call the station and talk about whatever you might want to talk about as an alien. We're open to have you call in. And of course, the other number too. 1113 is also open. So maybe we'll have a conversation with several people talking about whatever. Now, back to the situation of the ice wall. Now, you know what I'm talking about, folks? Antarctica. They have an ice wall that goes around the whole area, the whole country up there. And I have a picture of it up right now on the screen. And behind that wall, there's another wall, but then it goes into a paradise. That's what they're saying. There's also a base back there. There's a city back there. Is it all maybe made up? Or is it all true? I'm wondering. What's behind the wall, Maurice? There's several documentaries out there now, and there's some things on TikTok that shows certain things. But remember, on the internet, can you trust it or not? Is it true? These ice walls. Would you ever go up there? It's very expensive. There is like I told you earlier, a crew that's going to go up there. Civilians. I don't know what it takes to do that, to go to the ice wall. Yeah. Look at that. Unbelievable. That's way up there. Gosh. That's quite a climb. Look at that. Yeah. The ice wall. Now, it's been said that there had been, back in the 40s, that I believe Admiral Byrd apparently went back in there. And a lot of things were found. There's been many trips of civilians with scientists that have gone up there. There's a no-fly zone. There's areas where you can't go. That's off limits to a lot of stuff. What have you heard about the ice wall? Antarctica. Taboo? Can we go or can't we go? I wonder how many are seen to go there. Open lines.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Pahrump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275. To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, dial 1-702-874-1113. That's 702-874-1113. Once again, here's Glenn Larry.
And I'm back. Okay, you see the ice wall. I'll take that down. Yeah. I would love to go. I actually would like to take a trip like that and check it out. Is there paradise behind that, or just gets colder and colder? Gosh, I mean, think about it. I mean, if there's a whole new world back there that we don't know about, my goodness. And, Admiral Byrd said there was this and that paradise. I don't know. But what do you think? We're going to open the lines up. Caller, what's your name and where are you from, please?
This is Mr. Thomas.
Oh, Mr. Thomas. Okay, hold the line, sir. You're live on the show. What's your name and where are you from?
This is Zach. Mr. Thomas, calling from Texas.
All right, Mr. Thomas, hold on. And, sir, on 1113, what's your name again?
It's Zach from Henderson.
Okay, Zach, if you could just talk a little more louder, please.
Okay, will do.
Okay, I got two callers on the line. From, I guess, Mr. Thomas, and we have Zach from Las Vegas. Now, gentlemen, you're calling this station. What do you think about the ice wall?
Well, there's been a lot of evidence that there's something going on behind that wall for years. There are ancient maps showing the edge of Antarctica and showing it with plant life from, 1,000 years ago.
Right. Do you think there is do you think there's any humans back there?
You know, I don't know if they're humans, but there's somebody back there.
Huh. Line 2, 1114. Mr. Thomas, what do you think about that?
Well, actually, I happen to be in a different camp with that. I don't really believe that there's a flat Earth. I think it's a sphere. So I think Antarctica is as you see it from the satellite images. I was actually calling to talk about when you were talking about what's going to happen with the kids.
Right.
So I kind of came in with the ice ball thing. But
Okay, let me do this. Zach from Las Vegas. We'll make this real kind of to the point. So would you ever want to go back there and investigate what's going on over there?
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, would you spend a lot of money for it?
If I had a lot of money, I would definitely spend a lot of money.
Me
If
too.
I were Musk, I would already be there.
Right. My goodness. Yeah, I hear all that.
But you know, there were people flying around down there that were forbidden. There's 2 places that you can't really fly over, or 3 actually: the Mount Ararat, Mount Sinai,
Yeah.
and the center part of Antarctica.
Right.
That you know, you could fly all around these other places, but you can't fly over them.
Right.
So there's
Well.
there's something going on back there, and you know, we could be coming up for another one of the pole shifts, because you know they find vegetation down there all the time when they do ice cores.
Right.
At about 17,000 years ago. So you know, it's a possibility on that. But you know, the other thing I wanted to bring up when you were talking about will the aliens ever show themselves?
Right.
There's going to be, and I can't remember what year, it's either 2028 or 2029, there's going to be a meteor pass underneath our stationary satellites very, very close to the Earth.
Right.
Like just a few thousand miles, 38, I think it's 38,000 miles.
I read
It's gonna be inside the synchronous orbit of the satellite.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, a small chance that if they've miscalculated, it's going to hit the Earth.
Right.
So, you know, if there are aliens and they're here to help us, that's when they're going to show up.
Huh. We hope.
We hope. Yeah, they might push it the other way.
Yeah, they may. And if that happens, I don't know what we're going to do. We're in a lot of trouble. We have Thomas on the other line, and he wants to talk about, sir, we're going to kind of switch the channel a bit, about the kids that aren't motivated to go to work. Zach, would your kids work? Are they working? That's what they do. They have jobs? And
Yeah.
yeah. Did you?
I mean, like they have them, and they have real jobs. They have career jobs.
They have career jobs. And
Right.
did they sit home and game a lot, or did they get out and right away and get a job, or what?
They all started working in high school,
Started working in high school.
where you learn how to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first of all, you can't just get up and work. You got to learn how to work.
Right.
And, you know, if you don't work as a youngster, as a teenager, you're probably never going to learn how
Right.
to work.
Got you. Thomas, you're concerned about,
You know, I'm going to go because I can't hear Thomas.
okay.
All righty.
All right.
But I just wanted to bring those points up.
Well, thank you kindly, sir. I appreciate it. And we'll hope to have you on again.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
Thank you
Appreciate
kindly.
it.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Mr. Thomas, you there?
yes, I
So,
am
yeah,
still here.
thank you kindly. The kids that don't have jobs are looking for these jobs and are having a hard time with that. I'll just got you, buddy. Stand by. All right, there you go. Gosh, I had a job when I was like 14 years old. I wanted to work. We didn't have the video games and all that stuff at home, and I know that has a lot to do with it. Motivation has a lot to do with it. How you're raised has a lot to do with it. And is there more opportunities for kids now or not? Where do you see the tug and pull here from wanting to get up and go and do something than stay home and play games? Do you think it's a psychological thing, or I mean, what is it? I mean, I've got a guy got a job down here, worked for 2 weeks, and said, "I'm done with this work. I'm not working, man." I go, "How you get money to live?" "Oh man, there's programs will take care of me." I go, "Whoa, my gosh, yeah,
Right.
crazy way of thinking. Where's this think pattern coming from?" And I know a lot of parents and a lot of folks are thinking the same way. Where is this coming from? Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, I think you're seeing a shift in the paradigm from when we were growing up to, the age, to this era. I know that when I graduated from high school, I lived in the Los Angeles metropolitan area, and there were a lot of manufacturers. You still had Bethlehem Steel, General Motors, Ford Motor Company.
Yeah.
And Cyberlink Tire, and dozens of other manufacturers. And these aren't like little mom and pop places. They, like Bethlehem Steel in Los Angeles, they employed, I don't know, a couple thousand people, and that's an enormous amount of people. And then if you think about the support that an employer, would need for the employees around that, that area, like places that check cash,
right,
or cash the check, or when the employees have to go somewhere to eat, if they need to gas up their car. So there's a lot of satellite businesses that are attached to that one manufacturing plant. Well, those places are all gone. So all those jobs went with them.
Right.
The gas stations, the check cashing places. So now what are the kids going to do? And now you have people, getting $20 an hour or more. At places like McDonald's. So I don't think there's motivation on the corporate side to employ young people, that are going to high school, the way it was when we were growing up. Because everybody, the friends that I had in high school, places, the fast food places were, something to do in the summer or just a couple hours during the winter to make a little bit of money and learn how the job market works. And to motivate yourself, hey, I'm going to go to college because I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. So, and that's gone. But I think the elephant in the room, and that actually scares me, is something that I saw about a week ago. They were showing the production and the advancement of robots in a manufacturing plant. I think it was in China.
Yeah, and they're taking over.
And what was surprising was how realistic these robots look.
Right.
And not only that, is that they were very flexible as far as their hand movement. And, because you think of a robot, you think of, Lost in Space, danger, Will Robinson, danger, with them waving around those pipey arms and stuff. Well, they're not like that. They look really close to human beings in a way that they could function as like a secretary.
Yep. They will AI for all that. I mean, it's unbelievable how things have changed, and now all of a sudden these kids won't have jobs to go to because it's going to be taken over by machinery.
Right, and it's like if you feel uncomfortable with dealing with, like the AI system at McDonald's.
Right.
Well, if they get like these humanistic looking robots, and of course they manufacture them specifically to appeal to customers. The thing is that I think financially the corporations are probably going to, take advantage of that. You don't have to pay them.
Yeah, no sick leave.
Overtime.
They're not sick.
Right?
Yeah. We have
You
another.
haven't- you-
We have another
well,
caller
you can-
calling in to you here. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead, caller.
All right.
You're on live on the air with Thomas. Go ahead, sir. Or whoever.
Hello, Glenn.
Hello. Yes.
Oh.
Is
Hey,
this?
this is Barbara. This is Barbara calling from Summerlin.
Did
Hi,
you?
Barbara.
Hello.
You got another caller saying hello to you, my Barbara. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks, Glenn. I got notice on my phone that you were on the air, and because I subscribe to your channel.
Well, thank
So
you.
it gives me a little bell when you go on the air, and I said, well, let me give Glenn a call and see, and let me listen in. And I was listening to your. Is that your guest or is it who's this?
Well,
the other gentleman.
Thomas, can you hear Barbara?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you can. Barbara, can you hear?
Thomas was talking about the kids and work.
There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have two boys, Dustin and Trevor.
Yeah.
And Dustin has graduated last year, and then Trevor's still in high school. And we've talked. Me and Steve have talked about this too. Like, you boys gotta start thinking about what you're going to be doing with your life.
Right.
And Dustin says he wants to take the year off. After the high school, and then he wants to go to college, because he has some friends in college too, and he thinks it's going to be a lot of fun over there and parties and this type of thing. And I said, Dustin, you're supposed to be learning over there.
That's right. Right. Thomas, did you party in college?
I plead the fifth.
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Well, hopefully that there are jobs for our young people out there. And it does worry me some about this. I mean, Steve is more into he's a hands-on. He owns a landscaping business, so he's an entrepreneur. He's a business owner. So he's been trying to get the kids into more of it. College is fine, but learn something.
Right. Do you agree with that, Thomas? Instead of, it's maybe a trade school for these kids.
Right. I think it's really important to look ahead and to also be adaptable.
Yeah.
It's like, how far are these machines going to be? Become a mechanic that works on the robots that fixes them.
That's another degree.
Yeah, I think that the robots will be coming, but in the near future, if you need something done, you're going to call someone to fix it.
Right, Barbara.
You're a plumber. If Steve says, "What about plumbers?" You're not going to call a robot to your house. You got someone to fix your toilet or your sink or whatever.
Right.
You need somebody to. Tradesman. Steve says a tradesman.
There you go.
Is that correct? Wait, Steve, is that right? Steve says a tradesman.
Yeah. Don't you agree, Thomas?
Right. I do. The only thing that makes me a little bit nervous is that if you were, I'll send it over to you in your email, but if you see the video of these robots that they're making, they're extremely human-like, and they have the dexterity to do just about anything that a human does. Now, I've already also seen that they're making.
I've seen some of that on the internet of these robots, and Steve had shown me something too. You remember that, Steve? Yes, they're making sex robots. Oh, Steve.
A what?
They're making sex robots. Sex robots.
Making sex robots. Wow.
Is this true?
Wow. Is it true, Thomas? They're doing that?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't. I can't say that it didn't enter my mind, but that's not where
No.
I think that'd be great.
I kind of was thinking more of
Steve says it'd be great.
what kind of
Yeah, I
impact
heard
it
him.
would have on the labor market.
I got enough for you. You need a sex robot? Well,
Wow.
brother, get a new vacuum.
That's terrible. All right. So
Anyway, I do hope that there are jobs for our young
Yeah.
people because they do need to contribute to our society and our
Yes.
country.
I agree with you.
I mean, because of I think there's going to be still a lot of jobs, manual jobs. Workers.
Right.
They're
Well-
always going to be, people that we workers.
Right. Well, I mean, back in the
Manual
day, like
labor.
you're talking about these companies that have like assembly lines and all sorts of things. I'm sure they're still doing some of that. Sorting out. Look at my God, Amazon and what they're doing. I mean, they got a lot of people working there, sorting things, this and that. Pretty soon you won't have mail delivery. You will just have these drones come and drop off your box. Well,
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, it's getting pretty close to that.
Target practice.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
What about the sex robot?
I think we're off that one.
Hold on, Glenn. We're
Yeah.
off of that subject already, Steve.
So
I'm sorry.
that's okay. That's all right. I understand. Yeah. So the basics, what people need how to learn. I mean, cooking, that's a kind of a cool thing, man. But although you see a lot of these restaurants closing these days, that's kind of odd. Fast food's going to, robotics now. And
Yeah, they're very self-serve. You push the button.
Yep.
And everything is done for you. I guess they save money with the people.
Right.
But there's going to be certain jobs that, for a landscaper.
Right.
We're not to the point where a robot is going to be coming in and doing it. Maybe maybe years from now.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you still need certain manual things to
Right.
get done.
Mhm. I agree
But
with
you
you.
would think that there is a lot of things that will be replaced with automatic,
Right.
robots or
Mhm.
automatic things.
Right.
I think now's the time for us to start thinking about it. And that line from Jurassic Park. It's not a question of whether we could. It's a question of whether we should. And I think they should be taking steps just because they can make robots that would be able to replace a lot of the labor. I think we should put something in place to not do it. And get the people out there working. To have the jobs.
I saw something about them replacing all the truck drivers.
Well, yeah, they have these automatic trucks that drive themselves.
Yes, that in the future that the truck drivers those jobs will be
Another number.
eliminated.
Yeah, I have another number I just gave out. Which is 385-423-4333. I do have these two lines open, but I do have this other line, so we'll leave that open to you guys also. Well, whatever it is.
What about the robots taking over?
Well,
Steve asked about the robots taking over. The people are scared of this.
Thomas.
Well, like I said, I think that everybody should put their foot down and try to stop it before it gets out of hand. Where we eliminate the need for people working.
Mm-hmm.
Now's the time to do it. And again, it's not a question of whether we can. We know we can do it. I think we need to really start looking at whether we should.
Right.
And look to the future and say, just because we can have a robot that can stand behind the counter at McDonald's, we don't do it.
Yeah. Right.
Steve said that the big companies don't care. They just about making money, and if they can save some money,
Yeah.
by doing this, then they'll do this.
Right.
I
Right,
kind
you
of
have to
believe
make
Steve
it
on that.
economically viable.
Well, something's got to change. We have to stop it. It just, you
Right,
can't.
and we have the ability
Yeah,
to do it.
it's progress, though. I mean, there's certain things that automatic. I mean, if you had an automatic paramedic or a doctor or something like this, and it was everywhere, and you didn't have to call, and they would help you.
Yeah.
These are good things.
That's right, Barbara. Very true. Very true. And who's checking on the robots? I mean, of course, it's got to be a QA guy there somewhere, a human being checking on the,
I would think so. Yeah,
a robot checking on a robot. I don't know how that works, but
They can make a movie about that.
yeah, the robots have taken over the world.
Yes, he says they're going to take over. They're better than us.
Let's see what we got here. Call is not coming through the other line here. We'll.
Is that your?
Yeah,
Irene?
I've got 2 lines going here and trying to get the other line.
Well, if you like, I'll go ahead and give the other person an opportunity to call in.
All right.
I will too,
It
Glenn.
was nice talking with you, Larry. You have a good night.
Thank you so
God
very
bless,
much.
and,
Is it
talk to you
Thomas?
later.
Was it Thomas?
Yes.
Oh, well, nice to talk to you too, Thomas.
Nice talking to you, Barbara. Good night.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you very much. All right. Fantastic. Now lines are open again, my friends. 1114 is open.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Yeah, and like we were talking, robots are actually taking over a lot of things, and we got to look at that. And but we need to really make jobs and keep jobs going for the youth and for the seniors too. Who wants to work? I enjoy working. I may go back to work part-time. Well, the way things are, what do you expect? It costs money to do anything these days. I mean, it's gone up, whatever. But I'm having fun on radio. But yeah, if you can motivate that kid to get out and look for a job, help them out. I guess they still have newspapers, the want ads, and gosh, I see listings all the time for jobs. And let's see what we got here. Okay, caller, you're live on the radio. Go ahead. Are you with me?
I'm with you, Larry.
All right, go ahead, my friend.
Just took a while to get through. Some of the lines was busy.
Yeah. I've got 1113 calling in too right now, but go ahead, sir.
I hear some people talking about the ice ball. Well, I think it's a pretty big deal up there. I think there's a little something shady going on. But
I do too. I really do too.
I mean, that's where you got the triangle. That's where the triangle's up there. And then you got the weather control station called the HARP.
Yeah.
And it's on the other side of the ice ball.
Right.
Is where it really gets strange. You got a lot of statues over there. Now, that stuff that I sent you today, that was pictures of what's over there now, but I had seen pictures of houses and everything else over there, but they were old pictures.
Oh, they were.
Tad say they were taken back in the 20s and the 30s.
All right.
And I tried to get those pictures to send to you, and I couldn't get them. But I got these that I sent to you. And it pretty much shows there's something different over there.
Right.
A lot of statues.
I saw that earlier from you, and I meant to put some things up. The ones that I have been seeing are the wall itself, and I'll put that up right now. I'm sorry, callers. We're trying to get you all in. This seems to be a bit of a problem, but let me get this picture up here. This is the one that I put up earlier, and it's a huge wall. It's huge, and that goes a long, long ways. It's incredible. But like you say, there's statues back there. There's like a paradise. I mean, it's a whole different world. And but now I want to know where the proof's at. I mean, you said these are older pictures you're seeing, and what can we get to really the proof? You know.
I'm trying to get the old pictures, but I have a rough time today trying to get them.
Yeah. Well.
But I have seen them. There is buildings there.
Uh-huh.
Now, the ones I got today, it just shows me monuments and stuff like that. But no, there's something funny going on up there, and they don't want us to know about it.
No,
That's why we can't go there.
Yeah. And that's been protected for a long, long time.
I mean, if I thought I could rent a plane and fly over that, I would, but I don't think you're going to do that.
No, I've heard of people that want to get some things going where they get a group of people together, some scientists, and go there themselves and find out what's happening. Gosh. Well, listen, my friend, I want to thank you so much for calling in. We're out of time. It's been a great show. I'll tell you for sure. And it's always nice to hear from you, Ken, and say hello to Dee. But yeah, I agree with about this ice wall situation.
I hope a lot of people here in Deep Creek, Florida, follow you. I wish they would.
Well, we thank those that have.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. I'm telling you one thing, have a lot of people that love it, you know. So anyway, be well. I am Glenn Larry. Again, I do thank you so much, Ken, for calling. All right. His clock just went off down there. So that's his musical clock, which is unbelievable. He's a great guy. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Give us a call back next Tuesday night. We're going to talk about some more fun stuff. I'm Glenn Larry. Play well, be well, and God bless you. And if it's hot out, stay cool. If it's cool out, stay warm. All right? Thanks again.